Good morning, everybody. Hey, James. It is 6 in the morning, and we have a 12-hour day ahead of us. Oh, I just realized the lens is foggy. We're in a rainforest. Did you know that, Lydia?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of damp here. You can see the side of the tent. The bags are all slightly damp, and we're inside the tent. It hasn't rained that we know of. In any case, we have a long 12-hour travel day ahead of us. It's not as long as our first day, which was 16 and a half hours. But we still have a long ways to go, and we want to be able to see Congaree National Park, but we need time to be able to see it, of course, at least a little bit of time. So we're waking up unusually early to get on the road, to have time to do everything we want to do today. Are you excited, Lydia?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How about you, Clara? She's still waking up. And Lucy is still faking it. Yep, she's faking it. Hey, James. What's cracking? Hey, James.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is a little damp. And
This is wet.
we'll have to set it up when we get where we're going because it's wet. We just got to get the sisters awake, the other two, and then we'll get going. James is helping to wake them up by jumping on them. Good job. Well, we just finished packing up everything, and you can see the sky is just starting to light up. And this is where our tent was located. And it works great for us. It's a little wet, like I said, but nothing that we can't dry out easily when we get to our next stop. So we're just going to finish closing up the car and get on the road. And we're taking off at pretty much 7 a.m. and we're at 36% on the battery. And it's estimating that we'll get to the Piedmont Supercharger at 12%, and then we'll head on down to the Congaree National Park. Girls, how did you like this campsite?
I liked it.
Yeah, we weren't here very long, and we actually never saw it in daylight, like full daylight. And I'm sure it's a beautiful area, and it's kind of a shame that we didn't see it in broad daylight, but that's what the agenda of this trip necessitates. This was meant to be just a place to camp overnight really quick. Yes, Lucy?
I liked the sparkly sand.
Oh yeah, I forgot to point that out, that the sand here is sparkly. Well, like she said, let me show you this real quick. The sand and the dust, like the dust on the car from driving down the gravel road, it's all sparkly, which is cool. All right, here we go. That's the road that we went up earlier. One thing that I really like about electric cars, one of the many, is we were able to pull out of there without being loud, especially with the starting up noise. And our neighbors probably don't even know that we left. Well, who knows, maybe we made too much sound as we were getting into the car. But our neighbors were far enough away, they maybe didn't hear us.
And that means my sister and Mother Goose are probably stuck wherever they are too.
We're now charging at 251 kilowatts at the supercharger that we're at, which is the Piedmont, South Carolina supercharger. The Harry Hampton Visitor Center of the Congaree National Park is right over in this region, and so we're going to need to hit up a supercharger along the way. And it was having us charge longer than I wanted to. It had us going all the way to that visitor center and then to a supercharger past it. And so, like I've talked about before, it's faster if you just charge for shorter periods of time. There's actually quite a few superchargers in the Columbia area, and I just picked that one because it's on the back side of the town, the metropolis. But if you look right here, you can see all these gray indicators. They're great because we don't have enough range to get to them at the moment at 29%. But you can see there's just tons and tons of options in this region, which is way more than we're used to. We're in a much more populated part of the United States than we're used to driving, and so lots and lots and lots of supercharging options. So we're going to charge there, go to the going to the national park, and then continue on down this route, hitting up superchargers along the way. We've been here for a little while. We're at 100 kilowatts, 57%. We're going to get to the next supercharger at 23%. So we were, like I said, here a little too long. But we're going to unplug and go. We are now at the Cayce, South Carolina supercharger, and when I plugged in, it got up to 252 kilowatts. And we got here at about 6 or 7% on the battery. Did I mention before how shockingly many superchargers there are around here? It is a lot. Like, these are very short distances. We're going to be able to easily go from there to there and just skip more than I've ever skipped in my life. We've been here for a while. We're at 73%. And right now it has us getting to the Pooler Supercharger down in Savannah, Georgia at 7%. But as you can see, we're skipping like 7 superchargers. We have no concerns for range. This was just a matter of how much time we spent here in this location with the breaks we needed to take with the kids. So we're just going to go ahead and get on the road. We're going to go visit the Congaree National Park, and then we'll just hit up whatever of these 7 superchargers between where we are and the one I'm routed to based on the need as we're driving. So I don't really know or don't care because there's so many options. So we're going to get on the road.
Florida yet?
We are in central South Carolina.
So almost Florida?
We are almost in Florida. We'll be there in a few hours.
I can tell.
We are here to the Congaree National Park, and we're going to take a family picture here in front of this sign, as we try to do whenever we can. Luckily, this place is not a zoo like the Smoky Mountain Park was. We haven't really seen the park yet. That's in that way. We're going to go in there as soon as we get this picture taken, and we'll see what the park is all about. We are now here at the Congaree National Park, and I will say my first impressions of it is that it is calm here, peaceful, and you can just, there's far fewer people, crowds, compared to the Smoky Mountain National Park, which I already just mentioned. But look at the huge forest around us, all of the thick timber trees, and as you probably saw on the time lapse, the roads here, which is common in the Southeast in general, I've found, is just they've cut a road through the trees, and then there's just thick forest on either side of the trees, and it's just this channel that you're driving down, which is kind of fun. So we've just arrived here, and we're going to now go into the visitor center and see what there is to do, what we might want to do in this area. We don't have a ton of time because we have such a long travel day, but we're willing to spend 45 minutes to an hour here. And I guess if it was extra cool, maybe we would even just forego arriving earlier at our destination and get there later and spend more time here. But we're going to just go investigate and see what there is to do. We don't have fireflies in Utah, do we, girls? Maybe we'll see some here in the dark. Here's the visitor center. I like this mosquito meter here. I've never seen this before, but that's really funny because there are some places that it's definitely a war zone. I've heard of that in Alaska, but I've never experienced it. And you haven't either. That is for, yeah, it's for giving drinks to your dog, huh?
Or maybe cats.
Or maybe, sure. Well, I spoke with a ranger and got some background on this place. It was established as a national park in 2003, which makes more sense why I had never heard of it before. And it's just known for being a floodplain and having lots of wildlife and trees and stuff like that. So we're just checking out the visitor center briefly. We'll do a little bit of a hike, and then we'll continue on our way. Hey girls, do you think that there's any real trees outside like this?
Maybe.
Maybe? Ah!
Hello.
What is this showing, girls?
Trees.
The different kinds of trees here?
Yeah, those 19 types of trees.
Oh, wow. Okay. And we're going down the boardwalk, see what we can see while we're here. Girls, this is known as a floodplain, this whole park. And actually they had a rainstorm back on Wednesday in northern area of South Carolina. And it took a day or two, and then it started to arrive here, and now this boardwalk is partially flooded with about 8 inches of water. But that's common for this area because they have hundreds of thousands of miles of water that feeds through this area.
Does that mean it didn't actually rain here?
He said
got all the water from
he said they had a brief amount of rain, and then it was gone, but it came through the rivers, and the flooding happened from way north of here. This is a beautiful, calm walk. I'm loving it. And it's great too that we're here early enough in the season that there are, well, so far no mosquitoes. And it's not even all that humid, although I am feeling the humidity now here more than I have felt anywhere else on this trip so far. And then also, since we're here before normal tourist season, it's actually not that crowded. And it's probably partially not crowded because this is a lesser known national park. We're getting closer to the flooding. And although I don't know how much this is normal, but he was saying it was abnormal, so I have to imagine this is part of that. The other advantage of this time of year is it's not hot yet. So very, very pleasant. I'm loving this view. Obviously you can see behind us the floodplain, and it is just really cool to see, and has lots of birds flying overhead. You can hear them making noise. We're starting to get to the flood. You can see here the boardwalk is right to the level of the water right there. What do you think, James? Is this cool? I totally agree. Uh-huh. And we've caught up with the area that is flooded. What do you think, girls?
Cool. I want to go see the water.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing shoes, so I've taken those off, unzipped my bottom half of my pants, and we're going for it. We're going to do the whole loop, including the wet portion. This water is colder than I expected. Hey, James. Hey, girls, what do you think?
Cold.
Cold? Yeah, that's kind of my first thought, too. Is this a cool thing to do?
Dad, it's a little higher over here, but a little higher than this. This is so cool. And it's also cooling me down.
It's cooling you down? Yeah, it's definitely doing that. This is fun. This should be a intended feature of the park. It's kind of nice they have these 2x4s along the side of the trail that are just perfectly at the perfect height right now for holding back all this scum on the side. And so the water here on the boardwalk is actually pretty clean. Actually on the other side over here it's clean in that moment, but yeah, it's kind of fun. What do you think, James? You having fun? I'm having to carry him because it's a little too deep and it's going to get his shorts wet. But I'll put him back down once it gets shallower. Spoke too soon. The scum is getting across the board here. And now we have scummy water to walk in. Such is life.
This is over the board, so it's really deep.
Yep, it's getting deeper, girls.
Oh, look, we're going up to another mead forest up ahead.
Mama.
Nothing, buddy.
Well, what did it be flooding the boardwalk? But now I know because the surrounding area is flooding. Oh my.
This is more of an adventure than I was expecting, especially going on a boardwalk. What do you think, Lydia?
Cool. First it was dry and now it's like almost to my knees.
Yeah, it's getting really deep right here.
And it's getting
Yeah.
But
What, Lydia?
But up there it's getting cleaner.
Yeah. Yep.
It's almost to my knees. It's almost to your knees.
It's like halfway up.
It's closer to my knees though.
Yeah, it finally got shallow enough for James to walk. He's loving it. Are you all loving it?
Whoa. These boards feel funny.
Yeah, it's getting a little loose, huh? I think we're starting to exit the floodplain. You can see it's as the boardwalk goes up and down and consistently it's still got sections of flood, but overall it's looking a lot less, and up ahead actually I don't see any more. So yeah, we walked through the whole floodplain. Let's keep on going. This is a whole loop. It's a 2.2 mile loop.
Wait, so it's in a loop?
Yep.
Wait, it's in a loop? So
Yep.
we can just keep walking until we be back?
If we just keep walking, we'll get back to the car. Whoa, this section is loose. It's floated up right there. So you can see it popped right back up.
And Dad, you thought it was going to be less shallow, so you're...
That was a little bit startling.
We're out of it! Yay!
Yay, we're out of the flood. Although that flood was a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah.
Girls, are we having fun on this trip?
Definitely!
Even though we had to wake up at 6 a.m.
Yes, definitely.
and we also got to our campsite late
Yes, yes,
and had to go through the stress of driving on miles and miles of dark gravel road looking for a spot.
yes, yes.
That's part of
Oh, it's making everyone car sick.
making everyone car sick because it was so incredibly windy.
Yes, yep.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it because this is
I'm feeling better now.
this is quite the adventure.
My tummy's still holding a bit. Mine was in the car today.
That's the nature of adventures, isn't it, girls? That you just don't know what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that we're not done with the flooding. So we get to go through some more water.
River.
Yeah, this is, I'm sure there's a sign here.
Is this closer than the last
Oh, yeah, it just says it's the trail.
one? Ow, ow, ow.
It's a little harder to walk on than the boardwalk, huh? This is a river, I think.
No, it says river trail.
Oh,
That way.
so it's a trail that, I don't really know. I don't know this place.
It says river trail. And it looks like you have to walk
Yeah.
through the river.
So maybe it's normally just a gravel trail and now it's underwater.
But it says river trail.
But I don't know. I just don't know.
Boardwalk loop is both ways.
Yep.
I guess we're here, might as well, right?
Oh, it's very refreshing.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Lucy,
Yeah,
what did you find?
a lizard.
Yeah, I totally
But you
walked.
guys didn't even see it.
I did not even see it.
Even when I pointed right at it.
Pretty cool looking, huh?
Yeah. Very, very hot.
We had a ton of fun though. So as it stands right now, we're going to be getting to our destination tonight at looks like 9:16 p.m. estimated right now. We are now plugged in at the Ridgeland, South Carolina Supercharger, and we're at 251 kilowatts. That's great. We got here at about 10%. And we'll be here for about half an hour according to this. Now, if we look over here at the available superchargers, you can see that there's like 4, 5, 6 between here and there. So we're just basically going to go in and take a break here and come back out and see where we're at. We might just go to a closer one. So you can see it says it's ready to go because I decided to switch to this supercharger, which is Brunswick, Georgia. And the other one it was having us go to was one of these down here. I don't remember exactly. Regardless, we're pretty much ready to go, and the car is now too at 54%, 107 kilowatt charge rate has us getting to that next supercharger at 17%. So far, these stops with the Model Y, by and large, especially the superchargers are close together. As fast as we can go in and come back out, the car is ready to go for the next supercharger. So we're gonna unplug and go now. And we are ramping up on the charge rate. It's saying that we need to be here for 30 minutes. Although if we look over here at the supercharger options, once again, there is a plethora, I mean, just tons of supercharger options compared to what we're used to. Well, we decided that we'll probably just go ahead and stay here for this 30 minutes because it is 4:45 p.m. and we wanted to eat some more substantial food than just snacks. And so we're going to do that. We're going to skip over all of these superchargers, of which there is 9 superchargers along here. We're going to skip all those and go straight down here to this one. And the car says 5 more minutes. Then we got to get back on the road. As an aside, I've never seen superchargers as moldy as these. All of them have this mold across the bottom. So we definitely know we're in the south and heading into more humidity, and we can feel it as well. It's getting hotter. For instance, here it's 85 degrees, and earlier it was like 89 when we were driving. Well, we've taken our break, and the car's ready to go in 1 minute, and right now its ETA is 14%, and so probably by the time I get out and unplug it, it'll be at 15% and ready to go. And so at this point, we're going to be driving for 2 hours, and we're going to go 138 miles to get down here to near the Palm Coast, and then we'll charge again down there. How was the break, girls?
Great.
Did you have a good snack?
Yeah.
Enjoyed the flowers?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Especially James. He was eating the flowers.
The charge rate looks like it's getting up there. It's still climbing. We'll see what that gets to. Looks like maybe 191 is going to be the max. In any case, it's estimating we need to be here for 9 minutes before we then continue on to our destination. Finally, so this is the last supercharger stop of the day. So we have another hour and 52 minutes ahead of us, and we'll get there at about 9 p.m. Hey, James. What are you doing?
Say help, Dad.
Have you been having the best day or the worst day?
The worst day. Where's your shoes? Where's your shoes?
Hey girls, how's the day been?
Good.
Yeah? It's been a long travel day, huh?
Yeah.
So far, this is our second longest travel day after our first day. So this first day was 16 and a half hours of charging and driving, and today was going to be, what did I say before, 12 hours? And we'll see what it is. I'll let you know at the end of the day. Over the last 30 miles, we've been getting 348 watt hours per mile, and it's been quite flat, which you can see reflected in this graph here. And then this drop off is when we got off the highway and we're just driving through the city to get here to the supercharger. We're at 102 Charge rate, 56% on the battery. Arrival estimated at 20%. It's saying it's time to go, and so we're going to do that. We've arrived at our destination for the night, and so it's 9:14 p.m. upon arrival and 22% on the battery. I called ahead as I always do, and we're going to be able to charge from the house that we're staying here at a relative's house. So I'm going to get that set up, and then I'll show you the end solution. I've plugged the car into the outlet here in the house, which I'll show you in just a second, but you can see we're charging it 24 amps. And that's 6 kilowatts. The reason why I'm only at 24, even though it's a 40 amp outlet spec, is just because the breaker is 30 amp breaker. So I'm 80% rule on a 30 amp breaker because of that. We're out here in their driveway and it's plugged in. You can see their green light blinking. And so this is the mobile connector. This is where the mobile connector then joins with my 30-foot extension cord. Just a regular 50 amp NEMA 1450 extension cord meant for RVs. Then that's coming around here into their house, into the kitchen, and then over the counter right here, it comes around and down, and then that's the normal outlet that the stove plugs into right there. So what I have found works good usually is to actually bring the cord up here and then push the oven back in, and then I'll just plug this into the extension cord when we're done charging the car, until we leave, of course. I have set the charge limit to 90%, and at this charge rate of 6 kilowatts, it's going to take 10 hours to get up to 90% from 22%, which is going to be perfectly fine. We'll be here overnight, and we don't necessarily need it to be to 90% in that time frame anyway.